I've learned to live, I've learned to love my life. I've learned to enjoy all my time. Nothing's gonna stop this joy from me.
Thanks again for joining us for Rules of Success. Today we have our first guest, Warren Salmon, and he is the CEO of both First Fridays as well as a software company called Blackboard International. And we're going to be talking to him a little bit about his experience being a father of two. So thanks for being on the show.
Well, thanks for inviting me. It's an honored to be here.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about what your experience was being a father the first time around.
Okay, well, the first time around, I was actually still in university. I was at York, and so it was a bit challenging in terms of, I guess financially and stuff. But I mean, being a student gave me also a flexible schedule, so I was able to really dive in as a father and start doing the whole diaper change and the feedings. And, so it was really hands-on very early on. Like my daughter Caitlin, her mom went back to work pretty early on, so I really had a great opportunity to jump in with both feet. Yeah.
So I know being a young dad, there can be a lot of sort of backlash about that.
Right.
And how did you manage that? And was there a lot of support for you at that time?
Yeah, I had some very good support, so it wasn't really an issue.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And I was just very, very happy. I was very excited about becoming a father, and it was just was and is just a great experience. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the challenges that you had, because you said yes, you were at York at the time.
That's right.
So you're in school.
Yes.
And you're now a dad, and you were also working.
That's right. I was working.
So how did you balance all of those things?
Just it was about time management, scheduling things. Okay. But and not having much sleep.
Right. But,
I was very fortunate. My daughter was just a great baby. She would sleep right through, and so that was very, very helpful from a very early age, like almost from the get-go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so unusual, and whatever secret you have, you need to patent that and sell it, because most parents really have a difficult time with getting their kids to sleep.
Yeah.
I know mine didn't sleep alternate until he was like 8 months.
So
so sell that. Sell that. Talk to us a little bit about what it was like. Was fatherhood what you expected?
Right.
When she came along?
Well, it was actually, I don't think anything can really prepare you or let you know what the experience is going to be like until you experience it for yourself.
Exactly, yeah.
And then once you do experience it, I mean, in my case, I'm sure yours as well, it's like the greatest experience you've ever had in your life. Yeah. And the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah, you fall in love with their little face.
Yeah, and it's just an ongoing, love affair, and just, just feelings just grow more and more as you experience them, and learn. You also learn from them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
When you were with your daughter and you were growing up with her, what were your dreams for her? What did you see for her?
Well, just wanted her to be, first of all, be happy growing up, and healthy, of course.
Yes.
And wanted to help nurture her and encourage her, and anything that she was interested in.
Right.
And then just to getting her to university was also an objective, and she was the first person on her mother's side to attend university. And so she's at York now, and she's
the same school you went to.
That's right. So we've come full circle, and she's getting ready to write her LSAT. So she's very focused and stuff. So I'm just happy. She's grown up to be a beautiful young woman. So
So tell me what that feeling's like. Now she's going to York, and
right. Well, you feel like you've as a parent, that's I think just something that I think is a goal for many parents, and it's just knowing them that they're on the right path. We can. I think that's all we can do. Try and get them on the right path, and
you felt you've done that.
Well, so far so good.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. And you had a second child.
That's right. Son Shikari, yes.
Right. And talk to me a little bit about what that experience was like for you.
Right.
The second time around.
Well, I know you have two.
Yeah.
One of each.
Yeah.
As you know, the whole male-female dynamic is a bit different.
Yes.
You know, just different energy level, and I find, and also, I guess, I think boys can be a bit more hard-headed, and
I would say that.
You know, like to do their own thing a bit more.
Yes.
So it's been another great experience, and we just have to embrace everything about it.
Embrace the differences.
Definitely.
Fair enough. We're just going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we are going to talk to Warren a little bit about some pearls of wisdom that he has to pass on about being a father and what it's been like being a single dad. So stay tuned and come on back. Thanks for coming back. We are again here with Warren Salmon, and he's sharing his experiences as a father. So we want to sort of continue our conversation, and I'd like to ask you what pearls of wisdom are what you've learned so far in fatherhood and what that's taught you.
Right. Well, I'd say one thing that I've learned is just how quickly the time goes, and they're once they hit their teenage years, they're kind of off doing their own thing. As I was, I'm sure as you were.
Right. You're not cool anymore, and I want you hanging out with me at the mall.
That's right. Yeah. So really, you got to maximize the time, spending quality time as much as possible. At all ages, but particularly, well, there's that window of opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. While they'll let you. In today's day and age, it's difficult, and a lot of people talk about how difficult it is to instill values in their children, in light of all of the mass media that's sort of telling them different things that you might not necessarily deem as right. Mm-hmm. How do you instill those values into your children?
Right. Well, I think you want to teach them certain values through developing certain habits, so for example, having them help out around the house, doing different chores, and, and be consistent with that, and, also exposing them to different things, culturally, and, and going to the library, and just exposing them to a lot of different things, I think, really help them develop, good values, and also setting an example for them, and having expectations for them is also very important.
Mm-hmm. And I think with the expectations, it gives them something to strive for that they don't necessarily see because they're still children. They can't see what's ahead.
Yes.
So with the chores that you're doing and sort of the parameters, do you have to pull out the big dad voice to get those things done?
Well, sometimes it's, I guess in terms of staying on task.
Yes.
You got to, crack the whip a bit.
Yeah, I know all about that.
But, I'm very blessed that my children, I guess, don't really have, an issue with helping out. They don't fight it too much.
Okay, fair enough. And you're a single dad.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how, or wisdom, I guess, for other single dads in terms of being there for their children and really being a part of their lives.
Well, I think it's just important, to, again, just spend as much time with them as you can, and you have to do whatever you need to do to position yourself to be able to do that. So that's you got to really step up to the plate and really embrace it, and you'll get a lot out of it as well. So it's really worthwhile to really follow that path.
Yeah, fair enough. What advice would you give, I guess, to fathers, young fathers,
Right.
that, I mean, you were in university when you had your daughter.
Right.
Talk to us a little bit, or give some advice to those young fathers that are going through that as well, and it might be difficult and it's hard.
Right. Well, I think, time management is very important.
Right.
And, but you definitely need to make time for your children. I mean, people never look back on their lives and say that, they wish they had more time for work. It's always they wish they had more time with the family. So,
yeah, for sure.
So time management. And also it's very important to be positive and encouraging, and, you want to help them grow and help them to develop. You don't want to be discouraging them,
Right, yeah.
So you definitely want to be nurturing and a positive influence on them.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being a part of the show.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
And sharing your experiences.
It's my pleasure.
It was really nice to hear a father's perspective on why it's important to father, and spending that time with your children and putting in the work. Oftentimes we don't get a good positive message on Black fathers, so it was really, really nice for you to come by and give us your experiences and encourage the dads out there too.
Well, thanks so much for having me on. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
I've learned to live, and love my life. I've learned to enjoy all my time. Nothing's gonna stop this joy from me. Oh, can't you see and love?